Experts say communities pay a heavy price when 11 million undocumented immigrants live in the shadows. And for a country that prides itself in its humanitarian beliefs, fixing a broken immigration system should be a high priority. Guillermo Cantor is a senior analyst at the Immigration Policy Center.
I think that each day that Congress delays this decision, people are getting hurt by a deportation machine that is, like, as I said before, separating families every day.
Cantor says there are other reasons why Congress should act.
And one of them that sometimes gets overlooked is that it would result in enormous economic benefits for this country.
But critics of immigration reform say the government's own studies suggest otherwise. Republican Senator Jeff Sessions.
How can we vote for a bill that our own Congressional Budget Office says will reduce average wages in America for 12 years?
Sessions is only half right. The CBO report says reforms would reduce average wages 0.1% by 2023. But that's because the estimate includes wages from lower-skilled workers who would become legal residents. After 10 years, the report says wages would rise about 0.5%, more than they would without reforms. But that's just part of the story, says Mark Rosenberg at the Migration Policy Institute.
Legalization is probably going to help the U.S. economy. It's also going to bring more people into the tax system, so it probably has a net fiscal benefit of people paying more taxes. In the long run, however, unauthorized immigrants who become legal will also be eligible for additional services. So the fiscal impact has pluses and minuses.
As it stands, the Center for Immigration Policy says the negatives outweigh the positives. Spokesperson Marguerite Telford says their studies show economic gains quickly diminished by the larger demand for social programs.
And when you look at 36% of immigrants are on at least one welfare program, and you look at how much it's costing, how long can we keep affording it?
With so many Americans looking for work, Telford says annual admissions of about 1.1 million legal immigrants are too generous and should be cut in half. One solution is to take a more selective approach. Expanding work permit programs for foreign students who graduate from American universities is an excellent place to start, says Chinese student Ting Gong.
Because, the students who work here are highly educated, and we can contribute our skills and everything to this country.
Despite disagreement on how, the majority of economists agree reforms would expand the U.S. economy. Critics say it does so at a heavy price, while others say the cost of doing nothing would be worse. Arcega, VOA News, Washington.